to the International Show, sponsored by Star Central and presented by the gentleman of country radio, Mark Eckel, with Australia's First Lady of Song, Shazza Lee.
And welcome to the International Show for this week, and what an exciting show we have for you today, right across the Australian Country Music Network and to all our partner stations right around this great planet of ours. Mark Eckel behind the microphone, streaming out of Mildura, Victoria, Australia, and now I'm going to invite Shazza Lee in from the wonderful capital of country music in Australia, Tamworth. Good morning, Shazza.
Yeah, welcome, Mark. Fantastic to be here, and we welcome our listeners right around the world. Pretty amazing show. We've got a whole heap of new singles that have just hit the market, and it's been a great week in music, Mark.
Absolutely, it has. We've got three fabulous interviews coming up, folks, so stick around for the latter part of our show. We have for you today right across the Australian Country Music Network and to all our partner stations right around this great planet of ours. Mark Eckel behind the microphone, streaming out of Mildura, Victoria, Australia, and now I'm going to invite Shazza Lee in from the wonderful capital of country music in Australia, Tamworth. Good morning, Shazza.
Yeah, welcome, Mark. Fantastic to be here, and we welcome our listeners right around the world. Pretty amazing show. We've got a whole heap of new singles that have just hit the market, and it's been a great week in music, Mark.
Absolutely, it has. We've got three fabulous interviews coming up, folks, so stick around for the latter part of our show.
Absolutely, Mark. And without any further ado, we will share the top 10 this week. And Phil Salter has released tracks spasmodically over the last few years. And it's great to see Phil finally hit the top 10 with You're Not the Ex. Now, this song is also well up in the top 10 in other Australian charts as well. Really nice to see him making the alternate music chart here in Australia for Wednesday, the 25th of March, is number 10, Phil Salter, You're Not the Ex.
I was 21, young and
It's Phil Salter from South Australia, and I've got to tell you, Shazza, that song is so popular. It's incredible. They love the lyric, but they also love the feel of the song. And I've expressed to them that Phil, as you have said rightfully, has put out music spasmodically over the years, but everything he puts out does very well here.
Yeah, I think that he cuts through with a sector of the DJs that really support his music, and just congratulations to Phil. He always seems to deliver the goods, and as does this next.
You are tuned into www.ozcountrymusicradio.com, Oz Radio Gold and Allied International Radio. And this morning, our special interview is with a singer-songwriter extraordinaire over there in South Australia. His name's Phil Salter, and he's got a song out called You're Not the Ex. Hi, how are you this morning, Phil?
G'day, Mark. Greetings, mate. I am really well. What's that word you just used to describe me? I should write that down. I can't think what that was. It's excellent. Good morning, mate. I'm well. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, well, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, Phil. The great songs that you've put out over the years, and so many of them. And this particular song has captured the imagination of a lot of people. So I just want to ask you about the motivation behind and the title, You're Not the Ex.
Yeah, songwriting, when I write a song, they're always about a genuine personal experience. And this personal experience, it's actually about a friend of mine. A friend of mine told me about this story, something that happened to it. It's a long time ago, 20-odd years ago. You know, most people go through emotional traumas of some kind at some time in their life. But for whatever reason, I was just going through my songwriting journal yesterday because our interview was coming up. I was looking in my journal And the first note I have was from March 23, so it's about 3 years old. But when a song comes, for me, it always, you're walking around, you hear someone say something, maybe a line in a movie, who knows, and you're not the X. I don't know, where that just, boom, it's in my head. You're not the X, you're just the Y. And I went, oh, I've got a song there. And so I'll write that in the middle of my journal, in the middle of the page. And then it was about all of the memories of what was going on at that time, obviously a complex time in my friend's life. It is my friend.
Isn't it funny, how many people, because I've got to mention this to you, how many people look at a song and listen to it and they think that that's the story behind the author. And I sent you a message and you replied to me, oh, no, I'm a happily married man, Mark.
Yeah, that was funny. So, and then it's all about that. I just write notes. You sort of let the stream of conscience go. I just write little thoughts. And looking at the notes I wrote, that song almost wrote itself in the first couple of days. And then the melody for me always comes from, when you write a lyric, there's a meter. Like, one of the lines is, I was 21, young and restless and free. And to me, in that just suggests a melody, and I pick up the guitar and there's the chords. And
I was going to ask you about that because that's a very interesting formula that you have for writing songs. But the other thing is behind this particular song and most of your songs is that they're self-produced. So that's awesome because I believe that you're a multi-instrumentalist.
Well, yeah, I am. Thank you. Yeah, I have had people recording me in the past and doing more production for them, but as time's gone by, it's just they can fall away and be unreliable for different reasons. Everyone's lives gets complicated. I can't work with them perhaps for whatever reason, and it's just I've started to self-produce and record and do all that stuff for myself, and it's nice to sort of have that control. And
absolutely.
It's working. Hey, something's working, isn't it? Because this, I thank you, as I always do, for your promotion and you and Shazza and Oz Radio Gold and Oz Country Music and Adelaide International. All you guys, you're fantastic.
Well, it's certainly working for you because you've had success overseas. You've gone into the Europe charts and the American charts. Yeah. You've done exceedingly well with this song.
Mate, it is astounding. It's sort of very surrealistic. On my webpage, my professional Facebook page, I just said that the other day. It is surrealistic. You go, wow, the universe works in mysterious ways. So that's what we do. We write because we want to write. We want to communicate. And
yes.
That's, I think something you said to me was we were chatting the other day, that people relate. Yeah, it's a story that everyone relates to.
Yes.
Everyone's had those similar experiences, I guess, in their life at some point.
Yeah. We all go through our highs and our lows, don't we, mate?
Amen.
And
I'm on a high now, Mark. I'm on a high now.
Yeah, and I want to make sure that people go over to your Facebook page and your site because we have been playing your music for some years now. Burn Down the Mountain and Can't See for Looking and Field of Dreams that I played earlier this morning, and Genoa's set, Long White Line. And the big one, which really did great for you, is The Big Surprise. So another very exciting time in your life. So, no, you're doing the right thing, Phil. You've got the recipe, mate, so keep up the good work.
Thank you, kind sir. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I love it. I love just everything about it. I'm just sitting here looking at all my instruments, actually. You mentioned my banjo and my fiddle and my acoustic 12-string and all that, and they're always all on the records in there somewhere. You can always hear them in there somewhere.
Yeah. Fantastic. All right, well, I'll give you the opportunity to introduce your current charting success. And thanks for talking to us today, Phil.
Thanks, Mark. It's always a pleasure, mate. Hey, folks, everyone that's listening, thanks for your support, because you're supporting me, I know that. Here's my new song, You're Not the X, You're Just the Y.
Love the intro. See you later, buddy.
See you, mate.
I was 21, young and